Hi everyone, it's Carla from Casey Creates. Welcome to my channel. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. I wanted to come and show you some things I've been making using rice paper and tracing paper, making my own decoupage sheets. And I'm a little all over the place because I was gonna do a collage with you, but I thought maybe I should talk to you about the different types of paper first and show you how I kind of made my own. And I know several of you have probably already done this, but this is actually a piece of fabric that you can put through your inkjet printer. It's like a heavier canvas, and I did purchase these. I think it came with 10 sheets, but they're actually a little too thick for my printer because it gets these like pressure ink blotches on them. But it's a really pretty off-white muslin fabric. So I decided to make my own, and recently I got a really nice remnant of lightweight cotton fabric, and so I went ahead and mounted them on just regular copy paper. And I have to say, some of them work, some of them don't. Let me see if I can show you. Like this one jammed, and then it made a big old ink blotch. So I get a little nervous when I make my own. Yeah, see, the ink is actually on me. Because sometimes they do get stuck, and I'm worried about ruining my printer. But so far, I did make one, where is it, that printed just fine, but I think it's time to change my ink cartridge. But can you see? So this is on one of the fabric ones that I made, and it printed out just fine. And then so I went ahead and made several, and one key factor that helps them not get this one is definitely got stains on it, is if I make it a little smaller than the actual edge of the paper, so that when it takes it in, it only is taking in the paper. So I'm trying to basically trick the printer. So I basically cross my fingers and hold my breath. But I did make a nice stack of this, and I don't know if you have purchased inkjet fabric sheets, but they are not cheap. So doing them myself is definitely more economical, as long as I don't ruin my printer. Everyone's printer is different, so I don't want to say try it and then you ruin your printer. But okay, so I also printed on tracing paper that just was in a regular tablet of tracing paper, but it was 9 by 12, I think. So again, I had to cut them to size, and then I just mounted them on regular white copy paper, and these went through the printer really easily. And the ones that I made were with free background papers or just digitals that I have purchased from Etsy. And so I printed them onto the tracing paper, and so this was a free download. I love this one, the Forget-Me-Nots, and there's another digi, and then I really like this one with the really tiny flowers, but again it kind of got a little ink on there. But you can see, I'll actually pull this one apart. So I try to just glue around the border of the paper in case it rips, because it has to be stuck down really well or it'll curl up in your printer. Might get trapped on the roller. So they tend to come off fairly well. I just used a regular Elmer's glue stick, by the way, to just put it around the border. And you can, if the paper doesn't get ruined, just re-adhere more blank tissue paper and reuse this for the backing. But now I have this really nice tissue paper that's printed. So those were the ones I did on tissue paper. And then I was showing in my paper haul this rice paper, and one side is a little bit matte and the other side is a little bit shiny. So you print on the matte side and it really works almost like washi tape. And you get a lot of it, but again, you have to cut it to size. This one's A4 size, so I guess if your printer is typically A4 paper, then you would just mount this onto a piece of A4 copy paper, and you can print right on it. I think my printer does adjust to A4, but these are what I printed on the rice paper to decoupage, and I'm really excited to try these out. I've actually done it, I think, with other things, but these I'm gonna fussy cut. And you know, I was showing you the other day the washi stickers. Well, they're very similar. Once I have a feeling I'll basically have my own washi stickers once I fussy cut them and stick them down. So these are some of the images that I printed onto the rice paper. And the butterflies and the mushrooms. And these were either free printables or parts of a digi kit. This one is Graphics Fairies, and she has a lot of free digitals that are really nice. These were, if you just Google, or in Bing is where I normally put fairy journal tags, free printables, and they will come up. So these were some of the pretty papers. Again, either digitals or this was scrap paper, and I just mounted it on some scrap paper. This one was in one of those copyright-free journals that I purchased from Amazon, and that's on rice paper, so I can decoupage. So all of these are on rice paper. I love that muted yellow rose, like knockout roses. And so I thought, what else do I have over here? I don't know if you find this interesting. I'm just having fun figuring ways to collage with my own paper. So this one I've used for journals before, and this one is printed on the tracing paper. And I reused it, so there's a really pretty floral print on the other side. It was an accident, but I can use both. But you see how nice it comes off? And so I can literally just decoupage right on top of there, which is what I think I'll do. So I have one on tracing paper, one on regular paper. This is one that I doubled up and put on tea-dyed paper. These were free printables, I think from Graphic Fairy. But aren't those nice botanical prints? These were free printables. And you've already seen this one, but what I did on this one, which I thought was fun, was I just took some of the package, or it was the paper they put in a package, what do they call it, stuffing, or you know, to keep things from moving around in the box. Anyway, I ironed it out and printed on it, and I love how it's got kind of a vintagey crinkled look. And then these were some tags that I printed onto tea-dyed paper that I thought would make a pretty little additions to a collage. This is the Tim Holtz tissue paper, and then some more tags. So let's see what I can come up with here for, I think I've been hearing them called master sheets, master collage sheets. And maybe if you'd like to visit with me for a little bit, I'll collage a master sheet really quick. This again is another piece of script that I printed onto tracing paper, and then I printed one on tea dyed paper. I'm trying to decide which one I want to start collaging with. And then I also have my scrapbook paper that I thought would be fun to use as the main background piece. So I have one from a scrapbook that's just script, and then there's this one and this one, which is a heavier weight. I think I'll use this one. So all I'm going to do is glue and stick and see what I come up with. No, you know what? I want to use the tracing paper because I know I'm just going to like the way it sounds after I add things. Let's cut out some of my little washi images. Where did they go? Those are the tissue paper ones. And I know they're here, I just had them. It's not them. Oh, here they are. Okay. So I'll cut out some of these fun things and glue them down. So let me peel this off and I'll show you how translucent it is. This might be one of the ones that I glued the whole thing down until I realized I probably should just glue the borders. So let's see if I can unpeel this. Yeah, a little stubborn, but I will get it off. Just 1 second. So it ended up that I shouldn't have glued the rice paper all the way. I just do the border because it will tear. And I tore a few of the images, but it's a learning process, and I want to show you, I hope you're not terribly bored, because I want to show you how nice and translucent these are. And the paper is so nice and matte, so it's worth it. It's literally making your own washi stickers. So there's a butterfly, and what else? Oh, I love these feathers. They've got bluebells, not bluebells, maybe they are bluebells. And I guess if you didn't want to putz with it too much, you could leave a little bit of a white edge. It might even help it stand out more. I'm going to try to get as close to the edge as I can. And I'm just going to add a couple of these because they're so bright. And I want to keep the colors a little bit on the muted side, but I mean, I guess it doesn't have to. And another thought is, once I get it all, the collage sheet completely finished, I often will brush it over with a light wash of gesso to tone it down a little bit. So we'll see after I get the whole thing created whether I'll do that or not. It's a lovely quiet evening here. I have a cup of tea. My family is off doing their own thing. And summer is not my kind of weather, so I don't look for reasons to go outside very much. I love crisp, cool air, but before we know it, the evenings will be cool again, and I'll go for walks or sit out in the yard. My husband doesn't mind the hot weather, and he sits outside a lot, and I always feel like I should join him, but I'm such a wimp when it comes to the heat. My butterfly just flew away. Oh boy, I'll get it. That's funny, I literally can't find the butterfly. I just cut it out, and it's like he flew away. He didn't want to be stuck down, I guess. So I cut out another one, and I also cut out some of this Tim Holtz tissue paper, and I thought I would add a little bit of that. I've been watching a few people do these, I'm hoping I'm calling it right, master boards. My sweet friend Angie Paisley, she's been in a collage challenge that some people are doing where you do a page, is it a page a week? Anyway, I love watching her create her collages. You're a master at it, Angie. They're all beautiful, and they're keeping them in one specific book so that they have the access to them. Anyway, it is fun tearing and gluing and sticking and, you know, and then turning them into actual tags and envelopes. I do love doing that, and stitching around them. And if you have them all made, kind of helps everything go more quickly. And I'm not really overthinking where I put these things. I'm just sticking. But did you see that? That's made with my own rice paper, and it sticks beautifully. I'm going to try a little bit of this floral piece. And see where this might work out best. You know what I should have put? I'm gonna see if I can peel this up. Well, that'd be a wonderful, oh nope, that didn't work. But you know what, that's okay. I'm sorry to ruin him. Sorry, guy. But I want to put some of the flowers down first. So second butterfly bites the dust. I'm gonna use some of this flowery paper, and then put a butterfly. And then after I get everything stuck down, I'm going to go over it with Mod Podge, because I like the texture it gets with Mod Podge. Straighten it a little bit. So I guess the rice paper won't peel off. I bet the tissue paper would. I'm not going to ruin another piece though, so I'll skip that. But I do have another pretty butterfly, or I don't know, it might be a moth. Let's see how, I like that one. I'm kind of bummed because it was blue. Seemed to be a good choice. This one will work well. So I'm not sure how long I'll hang out here and just cut and glue. But I do enjoy when I can just have a moment and mindlessly craft. Sometimes I'll watch documentaries. I do like documentaries. I was watching L'Oreal. What is L'Oreal? Purple something. Anyway, she can literally she can fussy cut so well. She can literally cut the antennas of butterflies without them falling apart. I'm not that good. What I do is I cut them off and then I just take a fine tip marker and draw them back. That's the way I have to do it. Okay. So he's orange. Not extremely thrilled with that color. I was just... So I do have some more here. Oh, look. I have more. So hold on. I'm going to come right back. I want to cut a couple of these out. Okay, so I found some on this page that I printed. And they're beautiful. And I like the coloring a little better. This one's pretty, but I'm going to save that one for another time. And I'm going to glue this one on. It's almost like it has iridescent wings. It's really pretty. And I think, let's just stick this one right there. I can't overthink it or I'll be here forever. And they all seem to come together no matter where you really stick them. I'm going to put a little more of this. I don't know why I always like to repeat the print or the pattern. I don't like to just put it down once in one spot. Unless maybe I guess it's a big focal piece. But since I have a little bit of this, I'm going to put it a little bit more. Oops, I think I missed a spot. Oops, I did. These are the washi ones. And then I have another tiny little butterfly here. It's still stuck to the paper. Oh. It's like his wing just got broken. There we go. So I don't tear it. I think I'll put him right here and I'll put it directly on the paper. Please don't tear. You're so cute. There we go. I got it. Yay. So like I said, I'm going to go over this with Mod Podge anyway. So if it's not completely stuck down, it's okay. And then I have these big mushrooms, and I thought it'd be fun to add a grouping of this. And even though my favorite ones are the ones with the red and the white spots, I don't know, maybe this one will look better. Let's try both. Every time I see people collage with these beautiful mushrooms, I realize how much I really like them, but I actually haven't tried using them in journals much. I have used them interestingly in my Christmas journal last year or maybe the year before, because one of the pages was fairy. I don't think I've used them. I want to do almost an all mushroom journal, or maybe make several or use several in a botanical journal. I am getting my things together to start a botanical journal. I'm not ready yet, but I'm watching other people's videos and getting inspiration from those. So sooner or later I will start on one of those, because I like anything from nature and the woods and woodland related things. Okay, so I've got 3 of these. Let's see. I think I am gonna go with the red ones. They're just my favorite. And see how nicely it peels off? So let's see. It's getting dark, and so the lighting is kind of weird in here. Sorry. Oh, okay, this is proving to not be the sturdiest paper to work with, but I am not gonna let it deter me, because like I said, I'm going to glue over the top anyway. So that worked. I always feel like when I'm teaching, not that I'm teaching right now I'm just crafting, but when I demo in my classes, when I make a mistake, I just use the excuse, I'm just showing you what not to do. But actually these tearing are actually something I can predict. So hopefully I won't keep tearing them. So far so good. There we go. I'm going to stop trying to feel like I have to get glue everywhere. I'm going to put this one here and then the shorter one in the middle. That's just too crooked. So please don't tear. Let's try and straighten him out a little bit. There, I like that better. There we go. And then the backing is still on this one. There we go. Okay. And then this one, or do I want that here? I want that there. Yeah, I like that there. Okay. So we've got our 3 mushrooms. I probably should have inked around those just to make them pop out a little bit more, but I'm just putzing, and the next one usually ends up being more of what I end up being more pleased with the second and third one as I go. What can go in here? That's too random. I did cut out my feather, but that might be too random too. Maybe I should just leave it. Let me hunt. Oh, I did. Oh, I have this cute fairy one. I think I'll stick a fairy one on there. That might be fun. Let's see which one. So collaging is definitely one of my favorite crafts. And visiting with you and feeling like I'm crafting with you is also one of my favorite things to do. I always get excited to put up a new video. If you like the video, please click like, and if you're not subscribed, I hope you will. And absolutely love reading your comments, so feel free to comment and let me know if you've got any new videos up, because I love to scurry over and watch all of your videos as well. I I think I'm going to ink the edges of this one to get rid of these scraps. Simply because I think it's going to get a little lost if I don't. I'm going to re-ink it a little bit. Oh, did I just make my camera? I don't know if I did or not. Okay. So, let's see. That one or that one? Definitely this one. Okay, and glue him. Oh, stuck. Okay, and then my lovely fairy can go right there. Alright, I think if I do one more thing, it might need to be somewhere around in here. And what would it be? Give me a minute. I do have that. That's kind of pretty. But how would I work that out? I'm trying to make it look sort of like a leaf on both sides. It's really stuck to my fingers. Okay, let's see. Just make it a little bit shorter. And inking it again, I think is necessary. Get rid of my little scrappies. Okay, and since I'm back here, I'll go ahead and glue it. There we go. And we'll slide it down a little bit more. Here we go. Okay. Anything else? It's a little collage light, I'll call it, because I think I probably could have added more. These are the washi ones, which are really pretty. But I really would take the time to fussy cut around these a little bit, because I don't like the white border, even though I think it would probably blend in okay. I'm gonna shortcut this and not do all the leaves. I have a new pair of snipping scissors here. they're nice and sharp for now. I'll try to just use them for fussy cutting so that they can stay sharp as long as possible. Get rid of those scraps. I was thinking about sticking this on here somewhere. Oh, it's not quite. No, let's leave it off. And then I have a big wide brush. Oh, I forgot about these. Aren't these pretty? They're paper. Can you see that? You can buy, they're by Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. But I just thought it looks so real. When I actually make my envelopes or whatever I do with these, then I'll add things like maybe a little piece of lace somewhere, or one of those pansies. I just have a little sample bottle of Mod Podge here. I have a huge jar of it and I didn't want to bring that, so I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to just quickly brush it all over. Just a teeny bit more. Okay, and so when it's dry, I'll turn it into a tag or some ephemera of some sort, and I'll come back and show you what I turned them into. But there is one of my collage sheets made with my own rice paper designs and my own tissue paper prints. Well, they're not my own designs, but printables. That was fun. Thanks for visiting with me, and I'll be back again another time soon. Take care.